Welcome back to my channel. This is week 31 of the YouTube Pagan Challenge, and this week's topic is about altar tools and how important are altar tools. And as you can see, I have some altar tools or items, but not necessarily what would be classified really as like pagan, not pagan, but Wiccan altar setup. I have my statues, which I'm a very visual person, and I'm a sensory person, mainly visual and olfactory, so smell. And so it helps me to see images of deity that I am working with, or, you know, I'm trying to work with. I like to keep symbols of that deity on my altar. Let me move this down. Okay. So things that are representative of my deity. So mainly like crystals that represent or have some kind of connection to the deity I'm working with. So like I have an Ankh here, which obviously Isis carries the Ankh oftentimes. I think Thoth, I think you may see images with Thoth with the Ankh too. But, you know, Egyptian path, the Ankh is very important. And so I keep that. Well, this is a more recent buy. This is just more of a functional. I don't like blowing out my candles. So I snuff them out. That's why I always keep this up here. I do have an altar bell. Sound too is big for me too. So that's why I connect very much with like chants or pagan songs, like you know, like earth my body, water my blood, things like that. Goddess chants. So I also have a singing bowl here. So these items help me to connect with spirit. It helps to basically get me into that mindset. You don't need any of this stuff, to be honest with you. You don't need any of this stuff. Candles, for me, are big. It's mainly also a holdover from my Catholic upbringing. Whenever you pray, you light a candle. So it's a holdover from my Catholic upbringing as well. So I always like to have candles. Whenever I do ritual, another symbol of my deity is a scarab. But whenever I do ritual, I use this. I don't have a wand. I don't feel I need a wand. I have not been called to possess one. I use this quartz point to direct energy. This works perfectly for me. Use whatever works for you. I would say, don't be hemmed down by what's in books, what they tell you to do in books. When I first started along my path, I felt like I had to have the Athame, and I had one. I felt like I had to have a wand. I never had one though. But I felt like these were things I needed to acquire over time. And that is not the case. To me, an altar tools are to help you focus. That's what they are to me. Everything that I have here, crystals down here, everything, statues, these are all items to help me focus. Even the chime here, I don't know if you can see it. All these things are focal points for me. Down here, my altar that I have to Demeter, these are all focal points for me. I have my candle. Incense is what I use as an offering. My main offering to deity is incense. And I'll have a specific kind for whichever deity I'm working with. This, I have a particular incense blend that I made specifically for Demeter. So again, there's a candle for her. These crystals, and I've went over this in a previous video, but these crystals each represent an aspect or an attribute or something that pertains to Demeter. And so I have these as reminders for these different points that I want to connect with her on. So I have like green crystals, yellow and orange as an earth goddess, as a goddess of the grain. I have different kinds of green and orangish yellow crystals. The red one, the garnet, which is a deep, deep, deep red. The garnet is representative, as I've said before, represents the pomegranate seeds that Persephone ate, that basically allowed her to remain in the underworld for 6 months of the year, only to be with her mother for 6 months. This is my main thing that I use here. This is like what all brings it together for me. Well, no, mainly the rose quartz brings it together, but this is the main thing for me, because I'm working with her to tap into my feelings that I tend to bury away, and bury so deep even that I'm not even aware they're an issue. So this is something that I have that to evoke that emotion that Demeter felt when she was searching for her daughter, and then to finally find her but learn she can only have her for half of the year. That's what this is for me. So that's a representation for me. This heart, this rose quartz heart, is what brings it all together in love. So that's, my representations. These are all act as a focal point for me. The picture of Demeter acts as a focal point for me as well. Even the incense offering. When I'm speaking to her, and I tend to keep my eyes closed sometimes for part of this, I focus on the smell of the incense. Do you need to have all these things or any of these things? I feel no. You can be just fine sitting under a tree. That does not make your communion with deity any less than or any less potent. Spell work. Again, incense to me is a focal point. When you use candles in spell work or ritual work is a focal point. The different color candles. Okay, yes. So you'll use black for like protection, white for cleansing, for me, blue, peace, red for love, for that passionate love. This red looks so pink to me. Not just in the camera. It's a little pinker in the camera, but it looks like a dusty rose to me. But anyways, it's supposed to be a red candle. Pink for that true love. I don't want to say true love, but that unconditional love. These, again, these are focal points. These are what helps get you into that mindset. If you are capable of doing that without any of these items, you can still do your spell work. Because at the end of the day, your spell is the intention you're putting out there. The will you're using to catapult that intention. I need guides. I do. Even like I said, meditation. I have to do guided meditation. I need that. Maybe at some point, these are things I can do without the aid of any of these things. Maybe at some point, I can meditate without needing guided meditation. So I don't feel like you have to have all of these things, some of these things, or any of these things. to me, they're all just something to focus your will, your intent, to get you in the proper mindset. Even ritual, that's what ritual is. The preparation for the ritual, all of that is just to get you there. When I use music, when I use chants in my ritual work, or even when I do spell work or to prepare for spell work that I do like once in a blue, it's to get me in that place. So, in my opinion, you don't need them. They're not the most important thing. The most important thing is your will and your intent. That is the most top #1 thing. So I hope I explained myself well. I kind of felt like I was a little bit here and there with the explanation. If you need something, I don't know, more focused, because I am a little scattered today, let me know. I can do more of an explanation, whatever you need. So thank you for watching, and blessed be.